What if nature had already given us a molecule that mimics one of the most studied longevity drugs on the planet? For years, metformin has been a favorite among longevity researchers, often considered one of the most promising anti-aging drugs we have. But now, a natural supplement called Berberine is gaining attention, and people are asking, could it actually be just as effective? Let's break it down. Metformin is a prescription drug, originally developed to treat type 2 diabetes. It lowers blood sugar, improves insulin sensitivity, and activates something called AMPK, an energy-sensing enzyme that helps regulate metabolism and is closely linked to longevity. Berberine, on the other hand, is a natural plant compound found in herbs like barberry and golden seal. What's surprising is that it activates AMPK too, just like metformin, and has similar effects on blood sugar and metabolism. So at first glance, these two compounds seem remarkably alike. But there are important differences in research, safety, access, and use. Let's start with blood sugar control and metabolic health, which is what both compounds are best known for. Metformin is one of the most prescribed drugs worldwide because it's incredibly effective at lowering blood glucose and reducing insulin resistance. It's been studied in thousands of clinical trials and is recommended by doctors globally for treating and managing type 2 diabetes. Berberine hasn't been studied as extensively, but the existing data is impressive. Several human trials have shown that berberine can lower blood sugar just as well as metformin, sometimes even slightly better. It's also been shown to improve cholesterol levels, reducing triglycerides, and even help with mild weight loss. So in terms of improving metabolic markers, both seem effective. But metformin has more long-term data in humans, while berberine has the advantage of being plant-based and natural. Now let's move to the big question: longevity. Metformin is the focus of a major study called the TAME trial, short for Targeting Aging with Metformin. This trial is investigating whether metformin can delay the onset of multiple age-related diseases in non-diabetic people, like heart disease, cancer, and cognitive decline. If successful, it could make metformin the first drug officially recognized to slow aging in humans. Berberine hasn't reached that level of research, but in animal studies, it has shown some exciting effects. It appears to reduce oxidative stress, support mitochondrial function, lower inflammation, and stimulate autophagy. That's the body's built-in cellular cleanup process. Both berberine and metformin also lower IGF-1 levels, a hormone linked to aging and disease risk when elevated. So metformin clearly has stronger evidence in humans, but berberine may offer many of the same benefits, especially at the cellular level. What about safety and side effects? Metformin is generally safe, but it's not perfect. Some users report digestive discomfort, especially when first starting it. Long-term use may lower vitamin B12 levels, and there's evidence it can interfere with muscle gains from resistance training, which is important to consider if you're focusing on strength and healthy aging. Berberine is usually well tolerated, although some people do experience mild stomach upset. Because it's a supplement, it doesn't require a prescription, but that also means less regulation. So quality can vary between brands, and long-term safety isn't fully understood. Another point to consider: accessibility. Metformin is prescription only in most countries. That means unless you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you'll need to get it through a doctor who's willing to prescribe it off-label. Berberine, on the other hand, is available over the counter. You can find it online or at supplement stores without needing a prescription. It's widely used in traditional medicine and often combined with other herbs or nutrients. So which one is better? Well, it depends on your situation. If you're diabetic or at high risk for diabetes, metformin is the gold standard. It has the strongest research behind it, and it's widely used in clinical medicine for a reason. If you're healthy and simply looking to support blood sugar control, improve metabolic function, or experiment with anti-aging strategies, Berberine is a powerful and accessible option. It's especially appealing to those who prefer natural compounds over pharmaceuticals. Some people even use both, cycling between them or using Berberine when they don't want to rely on a prescription drug. Others combine Berberine with other supplements like taurine, glycine, or CA-AKG to build a broader longevity stack. It's also important to keep your goals in mind. Are you looking for strict blood sugar control, trying to reduce chronic inflammation, supporting gut health and cellular repair? Both Metformin and Berberine target some of these areas, but in slightly different ways. The biggest difference is this. Metformin is deeply studied in humans, but harder to access. Berberine is easier to get, potentially just as effective in some areas, but lacks large-scale, long-term data. Whichever route you take, it's essential to approach it with intention. Track how your body responds, speak with a healthcare provider, especially if you're taking medications, and remember that supplements are just one part of the picture. No pill will replace high-quality sleep, exercise, stress management, and a healthy diet. But the right supplements, when used wisely, can enhance what you're already doing. So, is Berberine better than Metformin? Not necessarily. But for many people it might be good enough, especially when accessibility, cost, and lifestyle come into play. Both deserve attention. Both can be part of a smart longevity strategy. And depending on your health goals, either one could be the right tool for the job. Want to go deeper into these topics? Check out my individual videos on Metformin and taurine, or subscribe for weekly longevity breakdowns backed by science. And as always, have a good one.